So welcome everyone to the squad reveal of the 22 yards DMV for the Atlanta Open T20 Tournament 2023, which is just a few days away, October 3rd to October 8th. That tournament will take place in Atlanta. And joining me today is Rikin Parekh, the Vice President of 22 Yards, who's going to reveal this squad for the tournament. So Rikin, great to have you here.
Thank you, Jai, for having me. This is a great initiative that 22 Yards has taken up on. I'm very proud of what 22 Yards is doing at this point. We are taking local talent to all these big high-profile tournaments around USA. We have already promised to take them to at least 3 tournaments, Atlanta Open being the first. So let's get into the squad reveal. I'm sure everybody is waiting on who made the cut. So we have Akash Pathak, we have Abdullah Ghazi, we have Christopher Ventul, Ritvik Behra, Murtuza Zamir, Sai Gautam Gajala, Tawqir Khan, Masood Haq, we have Omar Abdul Rahim Zai, Shami Gotra, Rasesh Behra, Balpreet Singh, Ashish Kalipatti, and Shoaib Sayed. So these are the 14 people that have been shortlisted from the DMV region to go out there and play in Atlanta. All their expenses would be taken care of, their flight tickets, their food allowance, their stay, everything will be taken care of. The team would be managed by Jubair Hanan. He is traveling as a team manager, and Atif Gill will be the media manager. So both of them would be traveling with the team, helping us out with handling everything in Atlanta Open. So that's the squad.
Great. Well, a lot of young players there in that side. A lot of there aren't a lot of those big names which we're used to seeing a lot in the DMV area, but a lot of those younger players. So tell us a bit about that.
Yes, you are correct. There are a couple of players who are missing, high-profile players in DMV region who are missing. But again, the whole agenda behind this is to give that platform to all these young players who aren't recognized that much other than the DMV region, like the likes of Murtuza Zamir, likes of Sai Gautam Gajala. They have been scoring heavily in this area, but nobody knows them outside of the DMV region. So this is the whole purpose of this 22 Yards DMV team, is to give such players profile platform to go out there and perform. And hopefully they get picked by bigger teams, get paid at some point, or they get picked for major league, minor league. Sky is the limit. So now we have given them the platform. Now it's up to them to deliver and take advantage of this opportunity that they have got. As you were saying, some high-profile players are missing out. Obviously, they were asked to. No one was neglected. They were asked, but unfortunately, because of some personal reasons, they wouldn't be able to make it to the squad or make it to Atlanta. But then that opens up opportunity for all these youngsters now, and who knows? I mean, they can grab the opportunity by both hands, and there is no looking back for them.
Absolutely, and let's just go through the side here. We'll start off with some of the batting that this team has. So just talk us through that. Some of the batsmen here.
We have a very solid team. I think the selection panel, which comprised of again Saqib Bhai, Nasir Durrani, Jamal Saab from ANCL, and myself. They did a great job picking this side. It's a very well balanced side. As far as the batting goes, we have Christopher Ventul, we have Ritvik Behra, we have Murtuza Zamir, and we have Sai Gautam Gajala. They all are top order batsmen. They have been scoring heavily in this region, and I think they'll do really good in Atlanta for us. As far as the middle order goes, we have Omar, we have Akash Pathak, we have Abdullah Ghazi. And then Ashish Kalipatti, again, a new guy, new face. Not a lot of people know about him, but he has been doing a lot of run scoring in WMCB. And obviously, Shoaib Sayed, young guy again. Masood Haq, Tawqir Khan, again, a Bangladeshi. He has played at a club level in Bangladesh. So all these are very handy batsmen. So I think we have a good pool of players here for the captain to select the playing 11. Again, I forgot to mention the team will be led by Akash Patak. He's gonna captain the side. He'll be assisted by Abdullah Ghazi. He would be the vice captain of the team.
Right, and we move from those batsmen, that top order, middle order, into those all rounders towards the finishers of this side. Then who are you looking at as the selection panel?
Yeah, same thing. As I said, Omar Abdul Rahim Zai, again a very handy all rounder. Abdullah Ghazi, again a very handy all rounder. Middle order, we have Tawqir Khan Masood, who can bowl a little bit of off spin, and he is a very handy middle order batsman. So again, a lot of options for the captain there. So I think it's a good headache for the captain to have.
Yeah, and then you talk about some of these more senior players in the side, whether it be someone like an Akash Patak as the captain or an Abdullah Ghazi, the vice captain. You've got Christopher Vantol as well in the side, who's played a lot of cricket here in the DMV area and in the US as well. So, what kind of role do you think they'll be playing in a side with a lot of these youngsters as well?
Yeah, so that's a very important question. Somebody of the caliber of Christopher Ventul, he has played all around US, not just DMV region. I think he's a very popular name when it comes to cricket in USA. He has been part of all these money tournaments in the past, so he becomes very important and integral part of the team as this campaign goes, because there are a lot of youngsters who would be traveling outside of the DMV region for the very first time. So somebody like Christopher Ventul, if he's around, he can guide them, he can tell them, make them understand the playing conditions, because the playing conditions would be completely different from what we get here in DMV region. All the games would be played on turf wickets. So somebody like Christopher Ventul, again, he's going to come in very handy, and I'm sure he can guide the team in a good way.
Yeah, and you talk about experience playing on those turf wickets. A couple of the other players in the squad as well, right? Christopher Vantol, he just played in minor league. Along with him, Ritvik Behra for the Baltimore Royals, Rasesh Behra's brother for the Morrisville Raptors. Two players who were down at the Paramveers cricket field in Atlanta just a couple weekends back, playing on those pitches, on those fields.
That is correct. So all that experience comes in handy. Good thing minor league happened to USA. A lot of players, a lot of local young talents are getting opportunity to play on actual turf wickets. We don't have a turf wicket here in DMV region, so unfortunately, we have to rely on these players to guide the other players who haven't had that experience to play on turf wickets, to tell them what needs to be done and how to accommodate to such situations. So that's why all this went into the thought process when the team was getting picked. So we wanted to mix the experience of certain players with the flair of other young players in the squad.
Right, and now as we move more so into those bowlers, let's first start off with some of the spinners in the side. Tell us about the spin attack that this team has.
So Akash Patak, again, a very handy left arm spinner that we have. There is Ashish Kalipatti, who is again a leg spin option that he has. Masood Haq, off spin option. Again, he bowls really quickly in the air. And then if needed, Ritvik Behra can also chip in with a little bit of off spin on himself. So I think we have, and Shoaib Sayed, again, a full-time off spin bowler. We see Shoaib Sayed as a bowling all-rounder rather than a batting all-rounder. I think his off spin will come in really handy on those pitches.
Yeah, and so a lot of spin bowling options, which is always nice to have. And now let's move into the pace department as well. Talk us through some of the fast bowlers in the team.
Oh, we have some express pace going on right there. Shami Gotra, I mean, he has had an excellent season with Baltimore Royals. He's been bowling really quick. With him, we have Rasesh Behra, again, very genuine fast bowler. Balpreet Singh, again, he's been bowling really good Yorkers. He has a good slower one. Omar, obviously, batting all-rounder for us. He can assist them as far as the medium pace bowling goes. And then obviously our vice captain Abdullah Ghazi is there, who has been in good touch lately. So I think there also we have good 5 pace bowling options. So I think the captain shouldn't have any complaints as far as the squad that has been given to him.
Yeah, absolutely. And we talk about a lot of the younger players. So we've talked about that a bit, but having a look at some of the younger players in this side, we've seen that the DMV Warriors team, as we saw in the Unity Cup, over the past couple of years has really done well. They've caused some huge upsets. A team of young players, which not too many people outside the DMV area know about, yet they've defeated some big names as far as it comes to cricket. So tell us a bit about that as well, and the confidence that some of these players will have playing against some of the best players in the US and some of the top players in the world at the Atlanta Open.
Yeah, that is the thing, Jay. Confidence plays a major role here, and I believe that all these players who have been picked are really confident about their game. The only thing that they should be worrying about at this point is to how to gel together and play as a team. If they can do that, I think there is no stopping them. I personally think this team has a caliber to go all the way, but the only thing is they would need to gel together and play to each other's not to play to each other's weaknesses and make sure the best part or the best game that they have comes out on a given day. And I have no doubt that these people would achieve the success that DMV Warriors has been able to achieve at Unity Cup.
And then we talk about strengths and weaknesses. What do you think is the biggest strength of this 22 yards DMV side?
I think it's the young guns, right? They're really excited to play. None of these players are playing for money as such. They are playing because they want to play cricket. They want to go out there and perform. So the hunger is the plus point that I see. All these players want to go out there and perform and get their names out there. So the hunger is there. And if they play to their potential, I don't see anything stopping them. I personally think we have a good team in our hands, and they would be able to represent DMV region in a very good way in Atlanta.
Yeah, absolutely. And we look at some of the players which missed out of this side. A couple of big names. Adil Bhatti, who's really been prolific in the DMV area, and Junaid Nadir, another name. So tell us a bit about those exclusions as well. A bit of a surprise, but tell us about them.
Yeah, you are correct, Jay. Obviously, as I said before, all the players were reached out. Unfortunately, they couldn't make it because of their personal commitments. But as I said, that opens up doors for other young players who can go out there and perform. Junaid Nadir, Adil Bhatti already are recognized names in US. So I don't see they would have anything to lose here. But the person who is getting opportunity because of them not being in their team, they have everything to gain. So I see it in a positive way where the people who are replacing them now has an opportunity to go out there and perform.
Yeah, and many times we've seen that in cricket that a player misses out because they have some other personal commitment or an injury, and you have this younger player coming in, stepping up, and then all of a sudden they're then in the spotlight, in the middle of things, really showing their cricketing talent to the amazement of everyone.
That is exactly correct, and don't expect anything less than that from the players who have been picked here.
Well, thank you again for joining me here. It was great talking with you, and best of luck for this 22 yards DMV side at the Atlanta Open. I know we're going to see some amazing cricket there, and it should really be a great tournament.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you for having me here. And I would request all the people in DMV, all the cricket loving fraternity that we have in DMV region to support this team. This is your own team. Thank you for everything that you guys have done for us as well as for the team.
Right. Well, thank you and best of luck with the tournament.